What's up? Surprise, surprise, we have another video. This one's gonna be a little different though. If you've watched my previous videos, you probably already know that I always build Skypiercer on Lesley. And while it is effective on securing those last hits, especially at full stacks, I'll show you in this game that there are scenarios where not buying it is a better choice. Without further ado, let's dive right into the dark system. I'm facing a Clint in the gold lane, and while some of you might have a hard time dealing with him, I've had my fair share too. All there really is to it is dodging his skill 1. After that, you can poke him with your passive. Same process. Repeat. I also find it effective to try and challenge him to a trade at level 1. Just make sure that you don't tank the hits from the first wave of minions, because you'll definitely lose if you do so. I'd say this was an even trade for now, but after clearing the minion wave, I noticed that my teammates were getting invaded. So without hesitation, I went to help. The enemies probably weren't expecting the marksman to provide assistance this early. Really helps if you pay attention to the map. Matchups, like against Clint, Brody, Ixia, or Beatrix, are pretty much the same. They can dominate you if you play it wrong, which also brings me to the point of this video. Clint has such an early game spike that even with just one item, you are almost guaranteed to lose 1v1. Buying Skypiercer in this game would have been a bad choice since it would only delay my damage output even more. Instead, I decided to buy Malefic Gun right after I have Berserker's Fury. Watch here as Clint uses his skill 1 on the minions. That's when I play aggressive, made him waste his flicker. He got caught off guard here trying to check the bush without realizing none of my teammates were on the map. Of course, after that, I feasted on the turret gold plating. This Clint was so sour and he kept dying, giving me the advantage.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
After that, I pushed the lane, and to my surprise, Clint didn't want anything to do with the lane anymore. He decided to go bottom lane and help out his team. After shoving the lane, I rushed to mid lane right away. I realized that our EXP lane was getting dominated by this Cho. Would be a good thing if I can shut him down.
We instructors do more than just teach. Being still.
Psych!
I honestly could have done that a lot smoother if I included the ult cancel in my combo. I wouldn't have had to use flicker, but oh well, I thought 3 shots were enough. I'm just gonna skip to the part where I had a brain fart and thought my damage was already enough to make them run away. And another one.
Look at this dude.
Cho was smart enough to prioritize pushing. This Atlas, however, was only supposed to zone out people but ended up getting turned into calamari.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Going back to my point earlier, if I had bought Skypiercer, I would have only formed it by now. And that would mean I would still be working my way towards the Malefic Gun and Blade of Despair and so on. I wouldn't have been easily able to kill that Cho earlier if I didn't have the Fury Hammer as extra damage.
Concentrate.
Now this Lilia appears to be having a brain fart of her own. It's really fun to see people's auto-aim retarget after Lesley uses skill 1. That Cho must be so pissed. It's also important to note that you should never waste your passive. Since it's active now, I will use it to hit first before using my skill 1. I thought I would die here, but seems my micro-handling was enough to evade them.
Fast as fuck, boy.
I honestly got outplayed here. Cho managed to use his skill 2 just at the right time to immune my skill 2. Do you think he anticipated that? Or was it just luck? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that was my last death. Whenever a clash is brewing in the Lord area, don't reveal yourself too early. You might end up getting ganged up and killed. I already have my Blade of Despair at this point, so our damage should now skyrocket.
One shot.
Although, my teammates weren't paying much attention to where the Lord was, so I can't really do much about it.
Engaging stealth. The students of Salric Academy.
Gord is getting chased, so I position myself on a bush for an ambush. Something you might have seen a couple of times in my short videos. This Baxia was lucky enough, though. Chu? Not so much. When in team fights, I always reposition myself so the enemies will have a hard time predicting my exact location. You also always have to remember that the bush can be your friend. Use it to your advantage.
Patience.
Seems like this Baxia bit more than he can chew.
End of the line.
At this point, we really can't do much but to wait for the next Lord. That is, of course, otherwise, if the enemy doesn't make a mistake. Chu must be itching to kill me again. Also, look at this kid.
Double kill.
Remember what I said about auto-aim retargeting? It happened again.
Yet to fully understand our aspirant power.
Monster kill.
You never. You're just another.
The enemies are trying to contest the Lord even though they're too late. I'm positioning myself behind them for a surprise.
Lord Slayer. Great play.
My positioning was a bit off, though, and the enemies scattered off to different directions. Only Atlas and Clint were up for grabs.
Let your body and mind
I
become
swear,
one.
being able to kite enemies without taking damage is one thing that I really love about Lesley. In late game, even tanks will go running away from the sight of her.
Can be a
Imagine being a tank with fully built items only to get shredded in a few shots. Quite the monster, if you ask me.
Legendary.
I didn't notice where Cho went, so I still played cautiously here. But, to be honest, I think Cho is also thinking the same way.
I can already tell Fanny will make
Shut
that
down.
instructor.
Legendary.
Don't you feel so good when you hear that notification?
Engaging stealth.
Anyway, let's not forget the main objective of the game. We need to push to get that star.
Engaging stealth.
I tried making a flashy move here, but I tried hard to hold myself back, knowing it most probably would backfire. Look at the attempt to flicker, but eventually canceled it.
Your team destroyed the turret.
At this point, it's almost impossible for a comeback, so you just enjoy the rest of it.
Legendary.
Anyways, my apologies if I haven't been uploading much of long-form content lately. The views I get from them don't really compensate for the amount of time I spend editing these videos. But who knows? That might change in the future. Also, if you have any content suggestions for the next videos, drop them in the comments. I might just take a shot at them. Until then, keep that damage true, and I'll see you on the next one.